Smash, shred, pulverize. The forest trembles as extreme wood chippers and shredders tear through logs and branches like unstoppable beasts. Sparks fly, timber explodes, and nothing survives their crushing jaws. Buckle up, tech trouble is back. Extreme demolition, raw power and chaos controlled like you've never seen before. It's a scene that feels straight out of an action movie, but it's real. A small hatchback hangs helplessly in midair, clutched tightly in the steel forks of a heavy lifter. The car swings side to side, like prey caught in the jaws of a predator, and the tension is almost unbearable. Everyone watching knows exactly what's about to happen, but the anticipation makes your heart race. Then, the operator moves. Slowly, deliberately, he positions the car above a massive industrial crusher. Beneath, the steel jaws wait like the open mouth of a monster, silent but menacing. And then it begins. With a sudden drop, the hatchback slams into the crusher's chamber. The sound is deafening. Metal groans, glass shatters, and the car's body twists under forces no human strength could ever match. In seconds, the crusher's jaws clamp down, folding steel panels like sheets of paper. The roof caves, the doors buckle, and the once recognizable vehicle is reduced to a mangled shell. Ground rumbles as a massive slab of rock dangles high above the crusher. The tension is unbearable. You know what's coming, and it's going to be brutal. These aren't ordinary stones. These are colossal boulders, the kind that would take an entire crew of men and heavy lifters just to shift a few feet. But in the jaws of this machine, they're nothing but prey, seconds away from being devoured. The crusher opens wide, its steel ridges glinting like the teeth of a predator waiting for the kill. The operator swings the load into position, and then it drops. The impact shakes the ground, a deep boom that echoes across the quarry. Instantly, the rollers engage, dragging the boulder deeper into the chamber, locking on with unstoppable grip. And then it happens. Crack. A sound like a gunshot rips through the air as the first fracture spreads. The rock splits violently, veins bursting open, sending shards flying in every direction. Dust clouds erupt, engulfing the machine in a gritty haze, as if the earth itself is breaking apart under pressure. But the crusher doesn't pause, not even for a second. Its power is relentless. Thousands of pounds of hydraulic force grind against the stone, chewing into it piece by piece. Every rotation of the drum is like a hammer blow, snapping what was once unmovable into fragments that tumble downward into the abyss. The sound is deafening, a mixture of steel grinding, snapping stone, and the thunder of raw destruction. Massive slabs crumble like brittle clay, shattering with every twist. Smaller chunks rain down, only to be caught and crushed again, reduced into gravel-sized fragments. The process is merciless, unforgiving, an endless cycle of destruction until nothing solid remains. From where you stand, you don't just watch it, you feel it. The vibrations shake through the ground, rattling your chest like an earthquake. Every pulse of the crusher is a reminder of its dominance, raw engineering muscle forged to overpower nature's toughest material. Look closer, and you see the precision behind the chaos. Heavy-duty jaws lined with ridged teeth bite down with surgical accuracy. The hydraulic system channels unimaginable pressure, pushing steel plates together with the force of hundreds of tons. Every movement is calculated, every crush deliberate. The roar of spinning steel fills the air as the shredder comes alive. Heavy shafts, armed with razor-sharp blades, rotate in perfect rhythm, pulling in the first pieces of wood. In an instant, solid timber is ripped apart like paper, splinters flying as the machine tears through every inch. Then comes the real challenge, a thick wooden beam dropped straight into the grinder. The rotating drums seize it without hesitation, biting deep and crushing it down with brutal force. Every snap echoes like a crack of thunder as the beam splinters into fragments, shredded into a storm of wood chips. What you're watching isn't just cutting, it's raw mechanical dominance. Timber that would take hours of manual labor to break is obliterated in seconds. When raw horsepower meets precision engineering, you get a show like this. A colossal Fendt tractor thunders forward, towing one of the most brutal wood chippers on the planet, the Eschelbach Biber 85. Rain pours down, tires shine slick on the ground, but nothing slows this beast. The grapple arm swings with authority, lifting entire stacks of heavy logs and dropping them into the relentless jaws of the chipper. The instant the timber touches steel, chaos ignites. The rotating drum spins with savage power, ripping bark, splitting cores, and shredding solid trunks as if they were twigs. In seconds, whole trees vanish, devoured by steel teeth, then reappear as a golden splay of wood chips blasting out of the chute in a roaring stream. Steel meets steel in the most brutal way possible. A full car is dropped into the jaws of an industrial shredder, and the destruction begins instantly. The rotating teeth seize the vehicle like prey, dragging it down with unstoppable force. The body panels are the first to give in. Doors bend, fenders snap, and glass shatters under the crushing torque. Then the frame itself begins to twist, groaning as the machine tears straight through solid metal. With each violent pull, chunks of the car are ripped away, disappearing into the grinder below. The hood folds like paper, exposing the engine bay, but even that heavy block of steel doesn't stand a chance. The shredder chews through wiring, hoses, and metal as if it were nothing more than cardboard. Bit by bit, the entire vehicle is consumed, until what was once a complete car is nothing but scattered fragments and twisted scrap. This is mechanical dominance at its purest, raw, relentless, and unforgiving. One machine, one car, and just seconds to turn it into wreckage. Logs roll into the processor and meet the massive circular saw, slicing clean through in seconds. Each cut piece is pushed straight into a powerful splitter, cracking the timber into perfect firewood. The machine doesn't pause. It feeds, cuts, splits, and sends the finished logs down the conveyor, piling neatly into the trailer. This was a heart-stopping moment for me. How did it make you feel? Let me know in the comments. A mountain of wood waste doesn't stand a chance in this industrial clash. A towering green handler feeds pile after pile into the jaws of our roaring orange grinder. In seconds, wood is shredded into splinters and dust, blasted out on a conveyor in a perfect arc, forming a growing mountain of chips. Truckloads of debris vanish in moments, transformed into clean, uniform piles ready for recycling, fuel, or mulch. It's pure teamwork. One machine feeds, the other grinds, both working at relentless speed. When towering logs meet unstoppable steel, the result is nothing short of jaw-dropping. Watch this beast in action, the Gens HEM 420, a mobile wood chipper built to devour entire trees without hesitation. Tractor-mounted crane swings with precision, lifting massive logs and feeding them into the chipper's wide intake. When luxury collides with brute force, the result is nothing short of shocking. A gleaming white BMW, once the pinnacle of precision German engineering, finds itself in the clutches of an unstoppable excavator armed with a hydraulic grapple. What was once a symbol of speed, pride, and elegance is about to be torn apart before your eyes. The operator wastes no time. With a metallic screech, the grapple clamps down, its jaws sinking into the roof and chassis with terrifying force. The BMW is hoisted into the air like it weighs nothing, dangling helplessly as the pressure mounts. Then the destruction begins. Deep in the forest, the silence shatters as a Komatsu excavator painted in bold red roars to life. Its powerful harvester head grips a towering pine, clamps tight, and with one swift motion, slices it clean at the base. The giant tree falls with perfect precision, hitting the ground like a feather in the hands of this machine. Mountains of logs don't stand a chance against this monster. The Model 4680 Beast horizontal grinder lives up to its name, swallowing massive chunks of wood whole and spitting them out as endless piles of fine mulch. Excavators and loaders keep feeding it relentlessly. Tree trunks, branches, even whole slabs of timber, yet the beast doesn't flinch. Its heavy-duty rotor tears through everything with brutal efficiency, grinding the wood into a steady river of chips that pour out the conveyor and form a towering mound. The sound is raw power, the motion is pure destruction, and the speed is unbelievable. In seconds, bulky logs transform into sawdust, proving why this machine is a legend in land clearing and recycling.
steel jaws descend like a guillotine, and in an instant, the silver sedan is pinned under the crushing might of an excavator. The roof buckles, glass explodes, and the car screams under the unbearable weight before collapsing into twisted metal. But it doesn't end there. Those massive steel arms rip the wreck from the ground and slam it again, tearing the once pristine machine in half. The front end is mangled beyond recognition, the rear ripped away like paper. Every slam, every crush is raw destruction on an industrial scale. What was once a shining car is reduced to a heap of shredded steel and broken parts, proof of the unstoppable power these machines wield when they go to war with metal.
Deep in the forest, the silence is shattered by the growl of a tracked harvester moving with precision between towering pines. This beast isn't here to creep forward, it's here to dominate. Its powerful hydraulic arm stretches out, the red felling head gripping a massive tree with iron strength. In seconds, the saw blade tears through the trunk, sending the giant crashing down in a controlled fall. But the show doesn't stop there. The machine immediately strips the branches clean, transforming a raw tree into a smooth, ready-to-haul log in moments. Surrounded by green undergrowth and dense timber, this harvester turns a wild woodland into a fast-moving production line. The forest floor shakes as a Hitachi excavator armed with a hydraulic wood processor tears into the pile of logs. Its bright orange boom swings with precision, lowering the fiery red splitting attachment onto heavy timber. In one crushing motion, the blades rip through solid wood, splitting thick logs into neat, uniform pieces in seconds. From close up, the raw power is even more jaw-dropping. Logs vanish into the chamber and burst apart under the pressure of industrial steel. Chips fly, wood cracks, and a pile of perfectly processed firewood grows taller with every cycle. This isn't just logging, it's controlled destruction, turning rugged timber into ready-to-use fuel with relentless force. Every swing of the arm is a display of brute strength and flawless control. Massive piles of firewood rise rapidly, evidence of relentless industrial efficiency. Dust clouds swirl, and the sheer energy of the machine turns a chaotic forest clearing into a perfectly organized fuel yard. This is uncompromising power meeting precise engineering. Timber demolished, ordered, and ready for use in seconds. Air fills with flying wood chips and clouds of dust as these mechanical monsters go to work. Steel blades spin like hurricanes, ripping through logs and branches with terrifying speed. Every strike is precise, yet brutal. Timber splinters explode, thick trunks vanish, and sparks shower the clearing like controlled chaos. Watch closely. These machines aren't just powerful, they're unstoppable. One misstep, one hesitation, and even the toughest logs crumble under the crushing jaws of these shredders. The sound alone is deafening, a roar of steel meeting wood, a symphony of destruction you can feel in your chest. This is extreme demolition in its rawest form. Logs don't just get chopped, they disappear, shredded into perfect chaos, stacked by relentless industrial precision. Every second is a battle of power versus timber, and these machines are winning every single time. The raw force here is jaw-dropping.
A massive log is fed into the steel jaws of an industrial wood splitter, and within seconds, the machine rips it apart like it's nothing more than dry kindling. The bark tears open, fibers splinter, and the once solid trunk explodes into neatly fractured chunks. Every crack echoes with brutal precision as the powerful hydraulic blades crush through the wood. This isn't slow manual splitting, it's pure mechanical dominance, turning heavy timber into uniform firewood in the blink of an eye.
This beast is the definition of forestry power. Standing tall in the timberline, the purpose-built Ponzi harvester dominates the forest with sheer precision and brute strength. Its massive hydraulic arm swings with deadly accuracy, gripping towering trees like twigs. In seconds, its razor-sharp harvester head slices through the trunk, strips every branch clean, and cuts the log into perfect lengths, all in one unstoppable motion. What makes it so jaw-dropping isn't just the raw cutting force, but the speed and control. Thousands of pounds of solid wood fall effortlessly as this machine chews through the forest, leaving behind neat stacks of timber where once stood giants. This isn't just a machine, it's an industrial predator, engineered to turn towering forests into organized harvests with unmatched efficiency. Steel meets steel in this brutal showdown as a car crusher goes to work. The massive hydraulic press bears down with unstoppable force, flattening a once proud pickup into a twisted slab of metal. You can hear the groan of steel panels folding under tons of pressure, glass shattering and frames snapping like twigs. This isn't finesse, it's raw destruction. The crusher doesn't just squeeze, it pulverizes, turning vehicles into compact blocks ready for recycling. What once roared on highways is now reduced to a dense cube of scrap in seconds, a reminder of just how merciless these machines are when power takes over. This isn't just logging. This is extreme demolition unleashed. Massive machines dominate. Chaos becomes controlled destruction, and every second is pure adrenaline. Metal, wood, even stubborn forest giants vanish in a storm of spinning blades and crushing power. The ground still trembles, and the air hangs heavy with clouds of flying wood chips and sawdust. Every branch, trunk, and stubborn log you've seen today has been devoured by the unstoppable force of extreme wood chippers and industrial shredders. These aren't just machines, they are mechanical beasts, engineered to dominate and annihilate timber with terrifying precision. On Tech Trouble, you've witnessed controlled chaos in its rawest form. Steel claws crush, blades spin at mind-bending speeds, and nothing escapes their relentless hunger. Each log fed into these monsters is reduced to shredded fuel in seconds, piles stacking higher as if the forest itself is being rewritten. Sparks fly, wood explodes, and the sheer power on display is both awe-inspiring and dangerous beyond imagination. This is more than demolition. It's a symphony of engineering might and raw destruction, where precision meets sheer brute force. From the operator's seat to the roar of the machines, every moment screams danger, intensity, and perfection in motion. If you thought today's showcase was extreme, brace yourself. Tech Trouble is just getting started. We'll keep pushing the limits of what these industrial titans can do, revealing jaw-dropping machinery in action that will leave you on the edge of your seat.
Don't forget, smash that like button if you love the chaos, hit subscribe to join the Tech Trouble Squad, and share this video with anyone who loves extreme machines and raw industrial power. Witness the unstoppable force that reshapes forests one shredded log at a time.